Look, I need you to be completely honest with yourself right now. When was the last time you checked your bank account after payday and thought, where did all my money go? You're making decent money, maybe even great money, but somehow you're still living paycheck to paycheck. You know what's wild? That's not an accident. That's exactly how the system is designed to work. My name is Noah, and I am very experienced in personal finance and investing to create passive income. If you're someone who cares about building real wealth with simple explanations, personal finance and investing ideas, make sure to hit that subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up if this helps you out. Here's the thing that nobody tells you. We've been conditioned to believe that a bigger salary equals financial success. Get that promotion, get that raise, and boom, your problems are solved, right? Wrong. Dead wrong. According to a 2024 study by the Federal Reserve, 37% of Americans earning over $100,000 a year still live paycheck to paycheck. Let that sink in. 6 figures, and they can't cover an unexpected $400 expense without going into debt. So what's happening here? Are these people just bad with money? Are they irresponsible? No, they're caught in what I call the salary trap, and chances are you are too. Let me show you exactly how this works with a real example. Meet Jessica. She's 32, works in marketing, pulls in $90,000 a year. She's in the top 25% of earners nationwide. She should be thriving, right? Let's break down her bi-weekly paycheck. She grosses $34,601 every 2 weeks. After federal taxes, state taxes, Social Security, and Medicare, she takes home about $25,200. Not bad, right? But here's where the trap springs shut. Her rent in a decent neighborhood, $1,400. That's gone immediately. Student loan payment, $350. Car payment and insurance, $480. Groceries and basic food, $380. Phone, internet, streaming services, $105. Utilities, $104.5. Gas and transportation, $100. Add that up. That's $2,980 in fixed expenses. But wait, she only takes home $2,520. She's already $460 in the hole every 2 weeks, and we haven't even talked about clothing, entertainment, emergencies, or saving for retirement. Here's what most people don't realize. This deficit is by design. The entire economic system depends on you spending slightly more than you earn, forcing you to use credit cards, personal loans, and financing to bridge the gap. Now you might be thinking, well, Noah, she just needs to budget better or earn more money. And look, I get it. That's what we've all been taught. But here's where it gets fascinating from a psychological perspective. When Jessica got her job 3 years ago, she was making $65,000. Her rent was $950. Her car payment was $250. She was actually saving a little bit each month. She felt good. Then she got a promotion, $75,000. What happened? She moved to a nicer apartment, $150, upgraded her car, $380 payment, started eating out more. Her lifestyle expanded to match her income. Another promotion to $90,000. Moved again. $1,400 rent. Better car. $400. Now she's making 38% more than when she started, but she's actually worse off financially than she was at $65,000. This is called lifestyle inflation, and it's the second part of the trap. Behavioral economists at Princeton found that for every dollar increase in income, the average person increases their spending by 90 cents within 6 months. You're not keeping the raises you get, you're just upgrading your prison cell. Here's the cruelest part of the salary trap, and this is what really gets me frustrated. The better you do in the traditional system, the more trapped you become. I have a friend, Marcus, who's a software engineer. He makes $180,000 a year. Incredible salary, right? He should be set. But Marcus has a $650,000 mortgage, 2 car payments totaling $1,100 a month. His kids go to private school at $30,000 a year, and his wife doesn't work because childcare would cost almost as much as she'd earn. One day Marcus told me he hates his job. The culture is toxic, his boss is terrible, and he's miserable 60 hours a week. I asked him, "Why don't you leave?" And I watched his face go pale. Because he can't. His monthly obligations are over $8,500 before groceries or gas. He's making $180,000, and he's more trapped than someone making $40,000 living with roommates. This is what financial advisors call golden handcuffs. And according to a 2023 survey by Salary.com, 68% of high earners feel stuck in jobs they want to leave because of financial obligations. They built a lifestyle that requires a specific income, and now they're prisoners to it. I want you to do something right now. Pause this video if you need to. Here's the question. If you quit your job today, how long could you maintain your current lifestyle? Be brutally honest. 1 month? 2 months? 3 months? If your answer is less than 6 months, you're not financially secure. You're financially fragile. You're one layoff, one medical emergency, one economic downturn away from crisis. A survey by Bankrate in 2024 found that 56% of Americans couldn't cover 3 months of expenses with their savings. And here's what blows my mind. That number is almost identical across income levels. The person making $50,000 and the person making $150,000 have the same problem. Different numbers, same trap. The system doesn't want you to have breathing room. It wants you predictable, dependent, and too scared to take risks. Because when you're trapped, you're controllable. You accept whatever your employer offers. You don't negotiate. You don't start that business. You don't invest in yourself. You keep running on the hamster wheel, generating profits for everyone except yourself. Look, I'm not here to just complain about the problem. I'm here to give you the actual solution. And it starts with understanding one critical distinction. Income is not wealth. Jessica's $90,000 salary is income. It flows through her hands like water. Wealth is what you keep. Wealth is assets that work for you while you sleep. A fully paid-off rental property generating $1,500 a month. That's wealth. $100,000 in index funds growing at 10% a year. That's wealth. A side business bringing in $2,000 a month. That's wealth. Here's the framework that actually works, and I've used this with hundreds of people. Step 1. Freeze your lifestyle immediately. Whatever you're making right now, lock in your expenses at this level. When you get your next raise, pretend you didn't. Keep living on your current budget. Step 2. Attack the gap. Every dollar between your income and your fixed expenses needs a job. 20% to your emergency fund until you hit 6 months of expenses. Then redirect that same 20% to investments, index funds, retirement accounts, real estate, whatever builds equity for you. Step 3. Build optionality. This is the game changer. Once you have 6 months of expenses saved, your psychology shifts completely. You're no longer desperate. You can negotiate harder. You can turn down bad opportunities. You can take calculated risks. You have power. I watched this happen with my friend Maria. She was making $72,000, barely scraping by. She froze her lifestyle, moved to a cheaper apartment for 2 years, drove her paid-off car another 3 years past when she wanted to upgrade. It sucked for a while. But after 3 years, she had $35,000 saved and started a consulting side business. Within 2 years, that business was making more than her salary. She quit her job at 34 and now makes over $200,000 a year on her own terms, working 25 hours a week. Here's what I need you to understand. The salary trap works because it gives you just enough comfort to stop you from building real wealth. You have a nice apartment, a decent car, some subscriptions that make you happy. It doesn't feel like a trap because the cage is comfortable. But comfort is not freedom. Freedom is having options. Freedom is being able to walk away from situations that don't serve you. Freedom is not checking your bank account with anxiety before buying groceries. The wealthy think completely differently. They don't ask, how much does this cost? They ask, what does this cost me in terms of my freedom? That $800 car payment isn't just $800. Over 5 years, that's $48,000 that could have been working for you, compounding, building wealth. That's the real cost. According to research from Thomas Stanley's book, The Millionaire Next Door, the average American millionaire lives in a middle-class neighborhood, drives a car that's 3 years old, and spends less than 20% of their income on housing. They're not trapped by lifestyle. They bought their freedom first, then their lifestyle. So here's your homework, and I'm serious about this. Tonight, write down 3 numbers. Number 1, your monthly take-home pay. Number 2, your total fixed monthly expenses. Number 3, the gap between them. That gap is your freedom number. If it's negative, you're in the trap. If it's positive but small, you're one emergency away from the trap. If it's positive and growing, you're on the path to freedom. Then, commit to one thing this month. Just one. Maybe it's canceling 3 subscriptions you don't use. Maybe it's cooking dinner 4 nights a week instead of ordering out. Maybe it's selling that car and buying something reliable in cash. Pick one action that increases your freedom number. Because here's the truth, you're not going to budget your way to wealth by cutting out coffee. But you will build wealth by understanding that every dollar you keep is a soldier fighting for your freedom, and every dollar you spend on lifestyle is a chain keeping you dependent on that paycheck. The salary trap is real, it's sophisticated, and it's incredibly effective, but it's not inescapable. The people who break free aren't smarter than you, and they're not luckier than you. They just decided that comfort wasn't the same thing as freedom. You have that same choice right now. If you found this breakdown valuable and you want more content on building actual wealth instead of just earning income, hit that subscribe button. We break down the psychology of money, the systems designed to keep you broke, and the strategies to beat them. New videos every single week. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.